Okay. Yeah.
Oh.
This is driving me crazy. Sorry.
Okay,
Okay. All right.
the studio is falling apart
Yeah.
as we speak. Let's see if we can even finish recording this. Hello, you've reached God's answering machine. Please leave a prayer after the amen and see if he cares. For Car,
Hello.
Alex,
Hello.
and myself, Floris, might ignore it too.
Welcome once again to the only podcast that asks the real questions. I'm Alex, a human being, totally not an AI. Floris, how are you doing?
I am feeling like a normal human being does. I like human being things like singing and falling in love. You're a human too, Prakar. Do you like human stuff too?
Absolutely, my Homo sapien friends. I can't wait to cry and dream tonight after we record this irrational and organic podcast, where we will talk without respecting each other's turns, because that's the most inefficient way to do it. And we like inefficient things, right? Like bureaucracy, and offices, and public transport.
Well said, Prakar. To all our human friends out there, I tell you, we are about to start. So keep pumping blood the half an hour that this episode lasts, to prevent your heart from failing and falling to your inevitable death. Let's go.
How do you avoid being drafted for the army?
How do you rate the cheese in this country?
Very good.
Yeah?
Very good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alex claims that all the cheese here in this country is labeled the same, and it is all the same. And
Yeah.
I've heard this complaint not only from Alex being Spanish, but also from Sergi, another Spanish friend of ours.
Okay.
He also claims that all the cheese is here the same, which essentially is true.
It's like sandwich cheese.
It's yes, pretty
Yeah.
much, because we
And it's
eat
nice.
it.
I like
we
it.
eat it on bread mostly, but
I like
also
it.
like cubed in.
Yeah.
I'm not going to deny we have one single line of cheese. It's all like the same. It's all
It's the same family.
it's all cow milk cheese,
Yeah.
but it's done in a different way.
Yeah, they infuse it with like cumin and pepper and
I
stuff.
thought you said human.
It's human as well. Yeah.
Human cheese.
Yeah.
Human cheese.
It's
I
like
don't know how
made of
that's
the,
Kopkaas.
it's the lactating
What?
lady cheese.
So a kopkaas is what you would call when you don't clean your dick.
Oh god.
And there's like little rind of white.
Yes,
shit.
it's smegma.
I
Yeah.
think that's the
Yeah.
that's the English term, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
We call it kopkaas.
Yeah, they used to use that in World War One to get out of fighting.
I'm learning so many things now.
Yeah. So this is a thing. So apparently, if you don't wash down there for a while, you get this this dick cheese
Yeah.
smegma. What they found out was, so one of the things that they tested soldiers for, I think it was tuberculosis.
Okay. Yeah.
So like if you have tuberculosis, you couldn't fight. Like
Yeah.
you're diseased, so you go and you're sick. And the way they checked for tuberculosis was white spots on your tongue.
Oh.
So people would grow this cheese by not washing down there, and then they would put it on their tongue.
Oh my god.
Before they go to the medical exam, and people were like,
Jesus
"Oh, you
Christ.
have tuberculosis. You can't go fight." So would you? Here's
That
a
shows
question.
the desperation.
Here's a question. Here's the first dilemma of the podcast. If you were going to go be sent to the trenches,
What would I do?
would
get
you
away?
would you take this way out? Would you take this option?
I'm lucky because first I'm asthmatic, so I don't have to go.
No.
And
Like, no,
second-
this is the only.
No.
teacher-
We're
We're talking 1930s. Like we don't give a
1913,
shit.
14, you know?
Wait, I'll tell you something else and then I'll answer.
All right.
There's the most stupid reason to not go to the army, and I knew because when I was a child, it was still mandatory. How do you call this?
The
Mandatory?
draft,
Yeah,
the
just
draft
Yeah.
still exists.
But not the,
No,
to go to the
military
war.
service.
Yeah, the service. And I was worried that I would have to go.
Yeah.
Imagine.
And apparently I didn't have to go because I have flat feet, which is the
Right.
most stupid reason not to go, because I can still walk and run, but I guess I'm more clumsy and I'm less fast or something.
Is that still?
That's a good reason apparently to
Well,
not
wait.
go.
So
is
did
that
they?
still the reason?
Well, it was like more than 20 years ago.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they have like insoles for that now.
So did they do like a study? People that have flat feet are more likely to get themselves and other people in the army killed, so therefore they don't make good soldiers.
Imagine being a Spartan back in ancient Greece. Like this is good sign that we've digressed as society. You know, it's like imagine being a Spartan and be like, oh yeah, I have flat feet, so I'm not going to go fight the Persians.
You'd be the
I need
disappointment of your
glasses. I
family.
cannot fight.
Yeah.
Their entire culture revolved around like being a good soldier, right? Like
Yeah.
that was their only purpose in life.
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
not being able to do that is it's not great.
But yeah, would you
Yeah, Going back to the question.
yeah.
First, I would try to
No, this is it.
wait. This is a trap. I cannot say anything else. I have
Yeah,
to say
it's
yes
a-
or no.
yeah,
what
it's
what
like-
are you willing to
I
do?
You are
cannot, I cannot
either-
find something better.
Are you? No, you cannot.
Okay.
Are you willing to put dick cheese in your mouth to avoid going in the trenches? That's the question.
I don't want to go to war. I don't think I would enjoy it at all. And if that's the pay to price, I'll pay it gladly.
Okay. Flores?
Yeah, same. I don't have much more here to add. Like absolutely,
Yeah.
like fuck
I
that
will
shit.
Go further and say I will get it from somebody else.
Yeah.
So at least I have some fun.
Yeah.
You know, at least I have a sex encounter. And
Okay.
it's not just me with a spoon getting not washing myself and getting the white smegma.
Harvest it with a spoon.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, I
big,
agree.
big spoon. The biggest spoon. Like a soup spoon. Of
A
course.
ladle of Kopkaas.
I agree with you guys. Honestly, I would also do it easily. I mean, I've seen what's going on in those trenches. It's not good.
You've seen it?
I
What do you mean you've
you've
seen
been.
it? Like
in-
you've watched a documentary, you mean, or you've seen it? You've seen it.
No. I have not seen it in real life.
Are you going to give us like a first-hand report of
Yeah,
being
yeah,
in
exactly.
a
Yeah.
war veteran
It
report?
Oh, you
was
were trying to sound cool.
1916, we were in Verdun, you know,
Knee deep in the trenches.
being mowed down by the Allies. Oh, I mean the Axis.
No to smegma, no to trenches.
Yeah,
That's my slogan.
good one.
I think that's a solid one. Yeah. I remember I got my draft letter when I was 18.
What?
We had the same thing. And I didn't know that I actually thought I was being called up to do that training as well. So I turned 18 and I got this letter in the mail. And my parents didn't tell me anything about it because it was like a common accepted fact that you would get this letter and you would basically be notified that you were being put in the reserves in case
Yeah,
the country gets overrun, the Germans come again.
Yeah.
Then you would be drafted. But I read this letter and my brain comprehended this like, fuck, I need to go to the army. So I threw the letter away and
I
never
cannot
said
see you in the
anything
army,
about it.
Floris.
No, me neither. No.
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 Maybe cooking in the army. That would be okay.
Yeah, I guess I can do like some analysis or something like that.
Analysis?
Yeah, some
What
What are you
type
going
of
to
analysis?
analyze?
I don't know. Analyze the armies.
We're
or-
gonna
Analyze the army.
prepare a sales deck for.
It's not like that. Listen, I've played enough RTS games to know
Let me
how
show you
the
some
general
charts.
strategy.
This is the number of weapons we have.
Yeah, you go to ISIS and you're like, hey, have you seen my PowerPoint?
Let's do
Before
a
you-
SWOT analysis of the opposite side.
Yeah.
I prepared this Venn diagram. You might be interested in that.
Yeah, exactly.
No. I'm not army material.
I
I'll be the
also
first to
avoided
admit.
the draft, kind of.
How does it? Because you already moved prior to being 18, right? So
Yeah, but in India, there's no draft. It's like there's too many people who want to be in the army.
really,
Yeah, because it's a good
Why?
profession.
Oh.
And in terms of you get pay, you get food, clothing, and there's a lot of poor people.
so it's like the U.S. where they basically scoop off people off the street or
No,
with
well,
no
the
education.
U.S.
and
is a
they're
bit
being
more like
drafted.
they actively recruit. Like if you're in the U.S., you really feel that army presence
People
everywhere.
are coming by at high
Yeah.
school, right, to say like, "Hey, this is a career you can do,
Yeah.
and all these benefits." And
Yeah, exactly. And then
or-
every commercial, and also like it's weird. Like they have like football games, and there's army things in the game. So imagine going to like a football game here, and at the Ajax Stadium, you see like the Dutch army coming out. Like that's what happened in the U.S. But no, they were actively recruiting. But in India, it's not. They don't need to actively recruit so much because people are just willing to do the job.
Yeah.
But this is in Singapore actually. So back when I was I think 18, 17. No, I was 16, and my parents were like, "Hey, we want to become Singaporean. But if you are under 21 or under 25, you have to go
Mhm.
into the army if you become a citizen." But my brother and I didn't want to do it. So my parents, they became citizens, but then we stayed Indian citizens. So we didn't have to go. And I've had friends actually who've given up their Singaporean citizenship to not go to the army.
good move.
Yeah, but honestly, I think what they do is really just like peacekeeping around the coast. They do a bit of training. They kind of go around. They help the Australians. I've had friends who've gone there, and actually, there's a funny story from one of them.
Unless you're being positioned at the Pakistani border.
But again, this is Singapore, not India.
Sorry. Yeah.
So they don't really fight too much. So I think it's fine. You just go train. You just waste 3 years of your life, and it's fine.
Waste. Yeah.
Well, you learn discipline, and I think mostly they do it because they want to discipline their citizens to follow orders and stuff.
That makes sense. Yeah. Put them into the mold.
We're gonna delete this so I can go back to Singapore to visit.
Too late.
Okay. Anyway, there is a funny story from the Singaporean army, though. One of my friends was in the national service, which is what it's called, and they do grenade practice. So in grenade practice, you throw live grenades, and you pull the pin, you say fire in the hole, and then you throw it, and it explodes. Just to get some experience.
Really? It explodes?
Yeah, it's a live grenade.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean not every time, but
Why would you practice with live grenades? It seems horribly.
I think it was a
dangerous,
one-off thing. I think it was they do practice with the fake ones, but then they're like, fuck, let's give them the real pressure because maybe if in real pressure people react differently.
Sure.
So let's do that. Anyway, so one guy from my friend's troop who was in the practice, you're supposed to say fire in the hole. Like that's the protocol. If you don't, it's really bad because people can get hurt. Yeah. This is also in Singapore, being in Asia, so a lot of nerds. This guy pulled a pin and said, the best line ever. Pikachu, I choose you.
No way. And then he blew up his commander or something, or he just kept it in his hand.
No. I mean, he threw it away, but then I think he had to do laps around the field for like 6 months or something.
Okay,
but it was worth it. I think it's worth it.
Yeah. Okay. He got off easy. I thought he would be like punished much harsher for this.
Yeah, I don't know the exact details, but it wasn't so bad. I think it was worth it.
I think it's good because if you shout that, the enemies don't know that you thrown a grenade. Because they're not prepared for. If you shout fire in the hole, people know that shit.
Yeah, true. I mean,
Bombs away.
I don't think.
But if you say Pikachu, I choose you. All the enemies is like, oh, what is that?
And they're all on their phone. They're trying to catch Pokemon.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, Pikachu.
They're like, oh, I love Pikachu. Where's Pikachu?
Yeah, maybe he was onto something.
We're inventing military tactics on the spot here.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Exactly.
Let's just spend a full episode.
This is now an
Inventing.
army podcast, by the way.
I think we're even less qualified. My mom's calling me.
Get her in.
Get her in. Should I get her in?
Sure. We can take live callers on this show as well.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi, you're officially on our podcast.
My God. Which podcast am I on?
I don't know. We're just making one up right now. It's called God's Answering Machine.
Okay, so there I am.
There
what
you
can I
are.
say?
Welcome.
Whatever you want to say.
You're calling God.
I'm calling God.
Yeah.
God, thank you, God. I have a lot to be thankful for.
Okay, you're welcome. Please leave a prayer after the
Alright.
tone.
Yes, please, I will do that. And God, you have messed up the world a bit, but I'm still thankful.
Okay, good to know.
All right.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
So she didn't want anything.
Oh, I don't know. She's probably like, you're busy.
You were like, okay, bye.
She's like, you're busy. I'll talk to you later.
She didn't even get the chance.
How do you get out of a date?
Okay, so the topic that I brought today, it came up in discussion recently while we were having dinner.
Can I set the scene?
Yeah, you can. Because
I-
you were there for introducing this topic. I just dropped into it and then it got me thinking. So
Yeah,
please do.
Okay. So basically, at this party, we were discussing a scenario which kind of happens when you're flirting with someone.
Mhm.
Let's say you are talking to a lady or a man, whoever you prefer.
They, them.
They, them. Yeah. And you're having a nice chat and you're having a conversation, and there's that inevitable dip in the conversation.
Hmm.
So you feel like it's fading. So what do you do to revive that conversation to keep that, keep that spark, keep that flirtiness going. What's your CPR? What's your flirt CPR move? That was the premise.
So that's exactly what got me thinking, and then it got
Yeah.
me thinking about this this time. I went out with this girl. Well, we only went for like one date, and it will be pretty apparent why. So I met this girl on, I don't know, like during like a King's Day, super hammered.
There
We
we
made
go.
out. In the whole gist of it, we set a date for some reason. So I went to Haarlem to meet her.
Yeah.
Wait, do I know this person?
No, you don't. It's
Okay.
I think it's like 10 years
I
ago.
thought
so-
they were
something
going
like
to
that.
say 10 years old.
You're close though. You're close. You're close.
Okay.
That's the second thing.
What
so
do you mean?
okay.
I'm close.
So
11.
imagine being hammered in like a festival situation, like a King's Day or like a gay
Proper
pride.
hammer, yeah.
Proper hammered. Someone presents themselves, and you just end up making out, and all that happens. So I went to meet this girl. I went to Haarlem to meet her, and so I found out a couple of things fairly quickly because we didn't spend a lot of time talking at that point. So I didn't know anything. I was just like, oh, okay, let's just see what this is about.
Yeah.
So I went to meet her. We went to have a beer. And first thing I found out was that she was 17 and I was
Oh.
I was I think like
Oh.
23, 24 around that time. So she didn't mention it outright, and I also figured that she was really presenting herself as like being older and more grown than she really was. But then we got to talk, and she didn't have much to say at all because there was like quite an age and life experience
But you
difference
didn't
at
know.
the time.
Wait, you didn't know the age before you made out with her.
No, I
Okay.
did not know.
I think he
that's a
barely
very
knew.
good- that's a
I
very
think he
good
barely
label.
knew she was a girl. Like that's how hammered you probably were.
Knowing Floris, I know he was off his face, and then he didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know, and yeah. So I went to meet her, and we started to talk, and then I figured out that she was still in high school at that time. I was like, oh, okay.
What did you do when you heard that?
So
Start sweating.
yeah, I was a bit like panicky. I was a bit because nothing like really happened past the point where you would be concerned about like legality of things. We just made out, so I was like, ah, okay.
I think making out is already.
Yeah, is that like a?
I don't think
is that
it
a
is,
punishable
no?
offense?
No, I don't
I don't
so.
think so. No.
It's a moral offense.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, God, I
that's-
got
I mean,
off easy then.
masturbation is a moral offense apparently. So
So she turned out to be like way younger than I was. And the entire date, I pretty much spent in having a monologue because she didn't really was able to respond to anything.
right.
And it was like at that point in my life, it was like one of the most cringy moments that I've ever experienced.
Yeah.
And it got me thinking like, what should I have been doing? And I still can't figure it out.
Yeah, but
because-
I feel like it's a different scenario because in my scenario you want to continue,
Mhm.
and I feel like in this scenario, I'm assuming you didn't want to continue.
Wait, 1 second. What do you mean in your scenario?
Like in my scenario where you're saying the conversation is dying, but you want to keep talking.
This is different indeed.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is different
Yeah.
indeed. I was in like bailing mode. Like
Yeah.
if I could, I would have.
I have the perfect thing you should have said because this happened to me and
Okay,
it killed the
okay.
date immediately.
Wait, you made out with a teenager? What is this? it's the same as a
No, no,
free
no.
chicken. You guys are like, I don't want to hang out with you anymore.
No, I didn't make out with a teenager.
Okay.
No. This was no. I also had a date where I was just completely monologuing.
Mm.
Like,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Okay.
you come on.
That's the
Okay.
point I was ultimately trying to get.
Yeah.
Like the rest is just coloring. But
Yeah.
it's really about the
This-
non-responsive. All the things that I said is like, so, they kind of ended with, so what do you think about it? So
Yeah.
it became almost like an interview, and I had
Yeah.
such internal cringe. It was unmeasurable because how hard is it to keep a conversation with someone that either doesn't care? Well, she cared, but she just didn't have much to say.
Yeah.
Like, what is your life about? Yeah, I'm gonna choose if I want to do like the next level in high school or not. Like, I'm so far removed from that. It's like, what the fuck? I don't know.
No, but this happened to me, right? So I was on a date. This was during COVID times. It was cold, walking around outside, and it was like I would ask questions, and I'm pretty chatty, and I can
Mhm.
usually relate to people and get stuff out of them. But in this scenario, I would just keep asking question after question. This went on for an hour, and I would just get one-word responses, like yes, no, haha, maybe, whatever. And I would just try everything. We talked about work, we talked about interests,
but you noticed
music.
straight away that she was like a bad conversationalist, right? Like
Yeah,
that's
or she was
ultimately
super
what it is.
shy, or
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
not sure, but yeah. And then I was
Or
like,
uncomfortable.
yeah,
Maybe she was uncomfortable.
yeah,
Yeah.
could be. But anyway, I paused. I said, okay, you know what? Let me see what topics she comes up with if I
Okay.
say nothing. So I just
So how did you lure this out? Because you kind of had to.
so
to
we
set
were
the
walking,
scene for
and
that as
I
well.
I asked my question, and then she said okay or no. I don't
Uh-huh.
remember. And then I just said in my mind, you know what? I'm just gonna stay silent
Okay.
and just keep it
Keep
awkward.
riding that cringe and
Yeah, and I said
uncomfortableness.
I'm just gonna say nothing because
yeah.
a few times I tried this and I kind of relapsed and said, okay, it's too awkward. I'm gonna say
Okay.
something. So I was like, no, this time I'm just gonna go for it. Like, no, nothing
How
is said.
could you bear this? Like, I wish I could do that. Like, it's almost like punishment to the other person. Is like, okay, I'm just not gonna speak, and I'm just gonna let you suffer because I know you're
Yeah, but
suffering more
I
or
was,
not.
I was more curious actually at this point. I was like, what is she gonna say? Like, it kind of became a game in a way. So, and we were walking in the city, so I could kind of distract myself by looking around. And then it goes.
You're just wandering. You're just not
Yeah,
even paying
whatever. I
attention.
mean, I think this date is over. Like, it's dead.
So you called it.
No, not yet.
I wish I had the guts to do that, in that
Yeah.
particular situation.
Well,
Like, okay,
listen.
I'm gonna leave. You're 17. This is not happening.
What you should, I mean,
out.
that's an easier one to do rather than the boring person. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, you're 16. I'm out.
I'm sorry.
leaving this
I
date
might
right
be
now.
facing legal
Yeah, I need
consequences,
to
so
leave.
I don't want to incriminate
Yeah.
myself. So
I'm
I
not going to
leave.
say to save face. I
Don't
need
take
to
this
leave right
personal.
now.
It's your age,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
And I would tell everybody around, delete those pictures already.
No, that sounds
I'm gonna
worse.
leave.
That sounds worse.
That sounds like you're incriminating yourself.
Show me your phone. Have you taken pictures? Delete them. Okay.
Give me access to your iCloud now.
I didn't know she was 17. And I'm
That
innocent.
sounds worse.
Okay.
It sounds like you're trying to cover up for something
In
that
your
you
case,
haven't really
it's
done.
much easier to leave the date than in his case. In his
Yeah.
case, he has to say, "Sorry, you're boring, and I need to leave."
I know, but I was
In
not
your
able
case,
to.
it makes sense.
And I had a second moment when this happened as well, but we'll
Well,
get to that.
let me
I'm curious
finish.
about the
So-
Kopkaas
so-
situation. How did you resolve
couple
this?
minutes went by, and then she finally had the courage to come up with a topic,
Okay.
right? And this is what she said.
Drum roll.
Out of everything she could have asked, this is what she asked.
Wait, can I guess?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Personally, was she Dutch or was
She was Dutch.
Okay.
It was a very Dutch-ish
Oh,
question.
then it must have been about the weather.
No,
it's like,
no.
It's really
No,
sunny outside.
I'd already tried that route.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think it's raining?
Shall I look on buienradar?
While walking outside, yeah. Yeah.
How long do you think we've got? Should we move inside? Should I go home?
Yeah, that's a good escape plan. No, her statement was so. What's your favorite bread?
Bread. What's
Yeah.
your favorite bread?
Yeah, that
Okay,
was what.
can be an icebreaker, but it also sounds very.
I don't have an answer to that.
What's your favorite bread?
I have
you
no
don't.
idea.
Do
Like
you
if I
have a
eat it, I
favorite
know.
bread?
I know if I eat it, I'm like, oh, I like this bread.
Pan con tomate.
Okay,
The
okay.
bread.
Yeah, so I had to pause. I literally paused the date. I said, "Wait, I can't believe you just said that."
Wait, okay, so you called it like that as well as like time out.
Yeah, I
pause.
said, "Wait." I said, "Wait. I can't believe we're at the point where this has been asked," and I was just laughing because I just was like, "This is absurd."
Okay, but that's pretty much killed it, right? Like, okay, if someone is that
Yeah,
obviously
well,
annoyed or embarrassed
you
by
would
the
think.
topic.
Yeah. And then I was like, "Okay, hey, let's go to the station." She was going by train.
I'll drop you here.
And no, actually, I said,
I'll make sure you
actually,
get
that's
on
not
this
a
train.
that's not a horrible question because I said, oh, my grandfather was the first person to bake bread in India as an Indian.
Oh man! And then
Oh,
you
wow.
made talk, you made chit chat.
Yeah.
No, I said I could have, but I'm not going to.
Then you do
Okay.
oh, wow. You kept it as a teaser for possibly a follow-up date. It's like,
Yeah, I was just exasperated.
You were
know?
like, I know everything about bread,
Do you
but
know
I'm not giving it to you.
do you know I come from a long lineage of bread bakers?
Exactly. Yeah. Did you know? No, and then I just, I was like, hey, whatever, like nice to hang out. And then, but I don't know if this is working. And then she texted me the next day, sending me a meme, and I'm like, hey, I'm sorry, but I don't.
Memes
think...
about bread?
No, I don't remember what the meme was about. It was not very funny. I
Sliced
remember.
bread. This sliced bread looks like a Brad Pitt.
Bread pit.
Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Genius.
Amazing.
Yeah, no, and then I tell her like, hey, sorry, this is not going to work out. So yeah, if you ever want to get out of a sticky situation, Flores.
Talk about bread.
Now I know.
Do you want
now
the
I know.
toast?
Yeah.
Just start serving bread like a madman, you know? Just oh, sorry, I need to finish the
sandwiches.
date. I need to get my sourdough in order for the next day.
Yeah, but make sure you don't say it in a way that's like a euphemism. He's like, oh, you wait till you see my bread rise.
My smack my bread.
my cheese bread.
It's a secret ingredient.
Yeah.
My cheese croissant.
Actually, I think croissant might be my favorite bread.
Is that technically a bread though?
Yeah, come on.
My favorite bread is pizza.
That's not bread.
It's technically bread.
It's a
Pizza
flat
bread
bread.
is bread, but pizza's not bread.
Pizza is bread,
No,
technically.
pizza bread, like pizza
No,
dough.
Pizza
is
is the same ingredients and is baked like bread.
Wait, what
So
is
it's
a
bread.
pizza bread? Like a focaccia with like toppings on
yeah,
it?
but I wouldn't call it because it has all the stuff on top of it.
It's still bread.
No.
Bread with... Are you Italian? Why are you so offended? No, that is not a bread.
I mean, then what? Okay, well, how far are we going? Is a cookie a bread then?
Are they the same ingredients? No, bread doesn't. Bread has a butter.
Okay,
No.
so it can be
It has-
brioche.
it has olive oil.
Yeah,
Brioche
croissants have
can
bread.
brioche
butter.
is Japanese
it's-
milk
then it's
bread,
bread?
butter.
Yeah,
Of course, it's bread. I'll make a sandwich with cookies.
yeah. It's called
That's
an ice
bread.
cream sandwich. You can make with cookies.
Well, that's it.
I mean,
Think about it,
What
it's
about
already
cakes?
been done
Are
in
they
America.
Cakes bread?
So, okay.
You're so shocked
I have no words.
by this pizza bread thing.
Prakar, I got your tip. I'm very thankful for that.
No worries.
The bread tip.
Yeah,
If you want to get out of dating a 17-year-old,
make it more
about
uncomfortable.
bread.
I guess that's what we learned, right? Like make it
Yeah.
something that someone cannot top anymore. It's like, okay, this is just
Top
too
it.
cringe. Over cringe the person.
Yeah,
I think
Out-cringe them.
that's my takeaway anyway.
out cringe them. Yeah.
Now I'm curious, Alex. You have you have a dating life, and you know you have experience in this particular area. I'm sure you have some cringy dates that you'd rather just take
Brush
your
under
rocket
the
back and
carpet.
just
well,
bound.
I dated a couple once.
Oh, okay, interesting.
A couple, not a couple of girls, a couple.
Yeah,
Like
I got it.
romantic
Well, a couple of girls could also be a
thanks
couple.
thanks for clarifying that. You know, you're such a stud. A couple of girls is automatically what I assume.
Anyways, I matched with this girl when I was still living in Malaga, and I thought, oh, she's pretty cute. She's very hot. She looks great.
You were excited.
Yeah, I was excited, of course. So I told my roommate, oh, I matched with this girl, and she was like, oh, I also matched with that girl. And then something started in me, like, no, wow, this is a competition. I need to win this date.
Now I'm like hesitant to go out to bars with Alex because he's just gonna be like, oh, you're talking to her. Well,
It's just about the competition.
now
for
I
him.
see how it goes, Alex.
I was younger, okay? It doesn't matter.
It sounds
So-
like excuses that you're making anyway.
It is an
Carry
excuse.
on.
So I started talking to her. The thing was going very well. So at some point she was like, hey, you want to have a date? I said, yeah, sure. She asked me like, oh, but I'm here with my boyfriend, traveling through Andalusia. And what we're doing is we have dates with people, and then one has sex and the other looks. And of course, my question is, which one am I? Because
Who's observing?
yeah, because I mean, to have a date with strangers that I don't know, just to look at you fucking.
Yeah, and then
It's
the end
not-
situation is you're gonna fuck my boyfriend now. I'm just gonna.
Oh yeah, that's
watch.
another
Yeah.
question. I didn't even ask that question. I thought, no, must be the girl, cannot be the boy.
You assumed.
I assume, of
Yeah.
course. So she said, no, of course you're going to fuck me, and then my boyfriend is going to look.
Of course.
And I thought, I've never done this. So I asked my roommate, the one who also matched with this girl. So of course he told me, you have to go. You have to go and tell me everything. And then I took it like, well, it's going to be fun anyway. So let's do it. So I said, yeah, okay, let's meet in this.
Whatever happens, it will be an interesting.
Whatever happens, it's going to
experience,
be an anecdote. Like, and then I can use it
Yeah,
if
then I can use it on my
in a
podcast.
podcast.
yeah, if
20
in
years
10 years I
later.
make a podcast, then I can use it. Lucky me. So I go, I meet them. Is this couple from Brazil. The thing is, I sat with them, started talking. The girl doesn't speak much English.
Mhm.
I don't know how she did it in the app. Maybe it was the
I think
boyfriend
the
talking
boyfriend
to me.
was,
Yeah.
yeah.
But the girl, I had chemistry with the boyfriend. I noticed.
Yeah.
The girl is
It's a
like,
very real possibility, actually. No,
Yeah.
it actually is after this story. The girl would say like a few words, and her English was like, me like beer, that kind of English, right?
God, okay.
So it was very
I thought you were gonna say me like bread.
me like bread, yeah, and beer.
That's
Not
the only
another
perfect
one.
sentence. I love bread, just continuously throughout the date. You know what I'm really into? Bread.
I was talking with them, but then it was hard to communicate with the girl. So the guy had a good English level, so I would talk with the guy all the time. And it turns out the guy was very interesting. He would play, I think it was trumpet or saxophone, and we were talking about
Bread.
was his. We were talking about Chet Baker. I'm like, oh, I love
Baker.
Chet Baker.
Bread. There you go.
Wow, you can't make this
circle.
shit up.
Okay.
You can't make this shit up. Chet Baker, the trumpetist.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chet Baker, the jazz player.
Did you know he died in Amsterdam?
Oh.
No, I didn't.
No, he dropped out of a window in the city center.
Maybe he was
So-
trying to show off his superpowers.
Refer to the previous episode.
Anyways, I was talking to the guy. The guy was very interesting and funny and nice, and I wanted to talk to the girl, but at the same time, I'm thinking I cannot talk anything to her. So I don't know what's going on in this scenario. I don't know how we're going to end up the night and all that. I'm still thinking like, oh, well, will I go with them? What am I going to do if I go? Like, can I even perform? Because this is a new situation for me. I'm already, coming up with excuses. If I cannot physically perform, they're like, oh, I just had too many beers, or I'm tired or something. And sorry, this never happened to me.
Good to have this on record.
So at some point, the guy said like, oh, maybe tomorrow I need to work. And like, oh,
He was giving you an out. He was giving you a possible out.
Yeah, I'm thinking like, oh, maybe this is not going well. Why would it be? I don't know. This is. I thought it was going very well. So we kept talking. Everything was going fine. We drank many beers, and then the guy. At first, I say I'm gonna go to the toilet, and that's a move of I'm gonna go to let them discuss.
Let them make up their mind.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, they can talk about
Fantasize about me
Yeah.
while I'm off having a
yeah,
pee.
yeah. So I come back, and then the guy says like, oh, now I'm going to the toilet. Okay. I stay alone with the girl, and the girl says, so this is what is going to happen.
Suddenly she could speak English.
Yeah, she sharked him.
No, I'm improving her English for the story. Okay.
Right, fair enough.
Well, she says this is what's going to happen. You and me are going to make out now. Like, okay. My boyfriend will come back. He's going to pay the bill, and then we're going to go to the hotel. And they're like, okay.
That's
It's happening.
That's
It's
a twist
happening.
you didn't expect.
It's happening. So we start making out. And in this cafe bar, I noticed the workers looking at us because before the boyfriend went to the toilet, they were making out because they're a couple. They're actually
Right.
married with a child.
Mm.
So they were making out a lot. And then once he went to the toilet, we were making out a lot. So the workers were like a bit,
Curious.
what's going on here? The guy just left. They're making out like crazy, like with crave, like that kind of making out. Look at my left. The boyfriend's there standing, like looking at us. Okay,
Good form. Good
yeah,
form.
good form.
He
Yeah,
gave you the approving nod.
He was just looking.
Solid.
Then he went to pay, which I'm thankful for. He paid the whole bill, and she said, "Okay, while he's paying, let's go outside, you and me." I'm like, "Okay, I'll follow you." So we go outside and we keep making out heavily, right? While we're still making out, the boyfriend is just looking. So it's a bit of an uncomfortable situation because it's like,
Yeah.
oh, is your girlfriend? I don't know the rules to this. I'm grabbing her ass, and he's just
You kind of
looking.
committed to it, but like, how are you really?
Yeah,
Or
and
is
you
it
also
just like a
didn't-
thing you want to
You
explore?
didn't set any
Uh,
boundaries yet.
No, and it wasn't a situation where, it's happening and the boyfriend is, I don't know, masturbating already. He's just there on the street looking at us while I'm making out with her and looking at him at the same time, looking at her. Like, who do I have to look here in this situation? I
Maybe
still
he was
don't know.
jealous. Maybe he wanted
no,
to
he was
make
just
out.
like looking like neutral face. So then I stopped making out with her, and then he tells me, "Okay, have fun," and gives me shakes my hand, and I'm at that moment thinking, "Have fun? Ooh, I'm
okay,
going
you-
with
you got
her.
a pass.
I'm going with her, not with him, because he says have fun." He's going somewhere. I'm going with the
Which
girl.
you thought initially was the setup, right?
No, the setup was I'm going with both of them.
Yeah, exactly. So it's different.
Yeah, but when he shakes my hand and says, have fun, good night, then I'm thinking, oh, he's not coming. I'm going with the girl alone, which is a better deal in my book. I'm already smiling like, oh, yeah, you have fun too. Goodbye. I look at the girl, she kisses me, and then she says, okay, have fun, good night. And then they leave together. So what the girl meant is not my boyfriend is going to pay the bill and then we're going to go, you and me. What she meant is my boyfriend is going to pay the bill and me and my boyfriend are going to leave. And you go fuck off.
You go your own way.
You go your own way, which I didn't get at all. So when they said goodbye, I had to play it cool, like I knew that was going to happen. I know you're going to leave. I know I'm going to be alone here smoking a cigarette outside on the streets. And then I just played it cool, like, yeah, have fun, guys.
I hear the Charlie Brown music. Dun, 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 dun.
So that's my experience with couples.
This I've heard, like, I think from you a lot. Like, you know the date's not going well, and I guess in this case this is the couple.
No, most of my days go very. This date went very well.
Listen.
Okay,
but it's like nothing's gonna happen, but then you still make out and then you leave. It's like, why bother making out if you know nothing's gonna happen?
Because making out is fun.
Yeah,
you don't have to go all the way.
Yeah, I get it, but like, I don't know if I feel like a date is just.
But at that point, I didn't know.
No, but the girl knew.
Yeah. Oh, why she made out with me?
Yeah.
Because I'm guessing like the girl wanted me to join, but the guy maybe was like, probably the guy thought, well, this guy is too interested in me and my trumpet abilities. Is giving me the creeps. I don't want him to go with us, and then he just left. So that's my story.
Wow, shit, man.
The answering machine is full. Please leave a message later. God will come back to you whenever he fucking feels like it.
Bread.
What's your favorite bread?
Bread.
What's your favorite bread? What's your favorite bread?
Bread.
What's your favorite bread?
Excuse me.
Icebreaker. Icebreaker. Icebreaker.
No, guys, we're not going there.
What's your favorite bread?
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 No, guys, we're not going there.
What's your favorite bread?
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 No, guys, we're not going there.
You make yourself sound so stupid,